So let's chat about A Dog's Way Home. Hey friends, Katie and welcome back to my vlog channel. So today's video is going to be a little bit different. After seeing A Dog's Way Home yesterday, I kind of wanted to post almost like a review video, but mine's going to be different than the other ones here on YouTube. I'm going to link some awesome ones I think are great down below. I've watched a couple this morning and I thought they were very well done, and they kind of talked more about the CGI effects and stuff like that. That's personally not what I'm going to be talking about. As you can tell from the title, I'm going to be talking about it more in an animal lover's perspective and stuff like that. My perspective being an animal lover, as you can see, sort of. I have two dogs in the background, so I am definitely a dog lover if anything, and I just love animals, so that's my perspective. So yeah, I am going to be mentioning a couple spoilers from the movie, but honestly if you watch the trailer you're seeing the whole movie and stuff, but I'll kind of talk about that throughout the video. But yeah, I just did want to kind of give you my review and stuff because I felt something about the movie and I tweeted about it. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it. But I did want to give you a fair warning right now that I will be mentioning a couple spoilers to the movie, but honestly, like I said, if you watch the trailer, you're pretty much getting the whole movie, So yeah, you will get spoilers, but if you want to, get yourself a little warning before the movie, know what you're going into if you're gonna see the movie, this is the right video for you. Okay, so first off, this movie was rated PG, and honestly, I don't think it was PG level. And everything, I don't know what qualifies it to be PG-13, but just some of the scenes, I just think it wasn't a children's movie to be rated PG. There was a lady next to me that had her, she looked like maybe 3 years old with her and stuff, and I'm sure, this isn't me being lady, your kid shouldn't have been there. She probably just thought, oh, it's a movie about a dog, it should just be heartfelt and cute and stuff like that. Like A Dog's Purpose, which obviously is from the same creators and stuff like that. She probably thought it was gonna be just like A Dog's Purpose, and A Dog's Purpose I think was pretty kid friendly, but this movie, no, this movie was not kid friendly. Oh my god, there's so many scenes in that where they were disturbing even for me being a 23-year-old girl. I was oh my god, I don't even want to look at that. Oh my god. There were scenes where there were wolves fighting the dog. There were scenes where the lions were fighting the mountain lions. It was very graphic and disturbing. You saw a dog get hit by a car. Even just the animal control scenes were I know that's how animal control is, but those were intense. I did not like that. I was literally oh my god, in the theater. I was just what is this? I thought I was stepping into a movie that was supposed to be heartfelt, cute, a dog getting lost but finding its way home. Pretty much 90% of the movie was about the dog getting lost and going home, finding its way home. And its journey home, another disturbing part is this homeless man kept him, found the dog, and he kept the dog, and the homeless man basically he kept him for business because he was getting him money, and then he went to this body of water where he decided to chain the dog to him. He kept the dog chained up the whole time, so this was abusive. He chained the dog to himself. He was dying. He chained the dog to himself near a body of water, and he died, and the dog was probably stuck there. I don't know what this timeline was, but I think for a few days. That was disturbing. I don't know if that was the most disturbing part. Definitely the wolf fighting the dog scene, because the dog got literally had blood marks. Oh, it was so graphic. Oh, I could not do that. It was just, it was so much. There's so many scenes, and the whole movie I'm there's signs literally around the corner. How are these people not realizing that this dog has another owner? And then there's this one scene where you think the dog is gonna find its way home, somebody's gonna call. Literally the guy takes off the dog's collar. The dog's name is Bella, by the way, and he's let's see where you're coming from, and he's oh, you belong to a Lucas, here's his phone number, I'm gonna call him out, voicemail. And then they see a lion, and they jump into the truck, and then they leave the collar in the guy's phone behind, and I'm just dude, what are you doing? If you want to see the phone number, you don't take the dog's collar off, you just look on the collar. I was literally livid watching this. I was just what is he doing? What? Oh my god, I could not believe it. I think the beginning scenes, I know some people were they were cheesy, the movie is cheesy. I mean, yes, it's a dog movie, it's gonna be a little cheesy. That's just how dog movies are. They're very heartfelt, they're very sweet, and I didn't think it was cheesy. I thought it was cute. There's a difference. I've seen some cheesy ass movies, but that wasn't even the bad part. You know what I mean? that wasn't even bad. It was sweet. And when Lucas like got the dog the first time, like the scenes like where he's like, oh, do you want a little bit of cheese and stuff. And I will admit the movie did have some funny parts, but I feel like the depressing parts took up like pretty much the whole movie, if not like 75% of the movie. And then the heartfelt moments were sprinkled throughout, but it wasn't enough where you're like, oh, like I was sad most of the movie. I was crying. I was like, what is this movie? And like I was just like, what? I don't get it. Like, the preview made the movie look like it was just like supposed to be a lot more heartfelt and happy. Preview made the movie look like 80% better. I didn't get it. But yeah, I think the best scene in the movie was a scene where the dog first gets lost and it's like in city. It's like probably, I don't know like the timeline, but like you see it like pretty quick. The dog gets lost, so it gets to like the city area and the dogs are like picking through the trash, and then it like starts naming the dog. So it's like sees this boxer. It doesn't look like Cooper doesn't have this, but my other dog Briscoe did, where he has like a tooth that like just hangs, and so he's like, he just sees the one tooth, so he starts calling the dog One Tooth.
She'll need one tooth.
And he calls this other dog, I think, Furry Butt or Shaggy Butt.
Shaggy Butt.
Something like that. And the other one is like Scary Hair. It was so funny. The part about the boxer One Tooth, my mom and I could not stop laughing. Like seriously, like I feel like if you have a boxer, like it just was more funny because we can really understand it, but other people in the theater were just like, they laughed at that part, of course, but like my mom and I laughed for way longer because it was just so funny because we had a boxer. We've had boxers our whole life, so we know, at least I've had boxers my whole life, and so I really get that. And there was just, oh, the ending scene, I really needed that, but it wasn't enough to like cheer me up after watching all those depressing parts, because there's so many people that encountered the dog and kept the dog for a certain amount of time. And like the part where the two guys were taking care of the two dogs, oh, when that guy in the movie, when they brought the dog back to him after the avalanche, and he's like, oh, I don't want the dog, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, dude, you have no heart, you have no soul, like what is wrong with you? There's just so many parts where I'm just like, oh, I can't watch this. And definitely the ending scene, the reunion, like they thought the dog was dead, and it was after 2 years. Like that is insane. Like I get that stuff happens like in real life, but if my dog was gone for 2 years, like I'm sure he thought he was dead. He was like, I thought you were dead. And then the dog comes back, and then when the dog like walks into like the VA, and the dog's like, oh, like I used to be the only one that came here, and now they're everywhere. And I'm like, that is just great. But the one thing that made me mad is the pit bull law. I don't know if this is actually like an updated law, because I feel like these laws are going away. I feel like it probably is, but that made me angry. That friggin' animal control person, he made me mad. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and wrap up this video. I mean, there's so many things I can talk about, but definitely, I personally would not recommend seeing this movie. I know you're like, Katie, you liked a few parts in it. I know, but like, personally, I would not recommend paying the price to go see it in theaters. I think you're better off waiting for it to come on DVD, when it goes on Redbox, and it goes like wherever you watch your movie. I think you're better off waiting then. I just didn't think it was worth the movie price. It was depressing most of the movie. I honestly don't even think I would watch it again, which I loved A Dog's Purpose. I honestly would buy that movie. I haven't yet, but I honestly would. But yeah, my like, I guess review of the movie is if you're going into it thinking it's gonna be a cutesy movie about a dog finding its way home, it's not gonna be depressing, you are completely wrong. It just sadly is. And I hate that if you're an animal lover going into the movie, I personally would advise you not to see it. At least don't see it now. Wait for it to go on DVD. As an animal lover, it'll tear your heart out, and it teared my heart out into a billion pieces, all in one sitting for the movie, all in that 90 minutes. I was counting those 90 minutes down as I was watching the movie. I kept going to my Fitbit watch and being like, okay, what time is it? Okay, it should be done now. It should be done at this time. And I'm just like, oh my god. But yeah, like I said, definitely wouldn't recommend seeing it in theaters, but maybe when it comes out on DVD. But honestly, it was kind of disappointing because I was going into the movie expecting something completely different. I mean, I don't think it's a terrible movie. I don't think it's a bad movie, but it's definitely not something I was expecting, and it definitely hurts my heart. So I hope you enjoyed my little review as an animal lover. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below your opinions on this movie if you have seen it and stuff like that. I would love to hear your thoughts as well. But yeah, definitely wait for that to come on DVD. And please subscribe if you haven't already, because I post vlogs every single week, and I have a great weekly vlog coming next week, which it'll probably come maybe Sunday, if not Monday of the following week. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely gonna read the book next, and I'll definitely update you on my opinion on that. I'm actually finishing up a book right now, and then I'm gonna go right into reading that, which I'm excited for. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, so I've been rambling way too long in this outro. So yeah, I will see you in my next vlog, hopefully. Bye.